The one thing opens with a simple but unsettling observation: most people are busy, but not effective. Gary Keller tells the story of his own company nearly collapsing under the weight of complexity. There were too many initiatives, too many priorities, too many directions at once. What saved it was not working harder. It was asking a single focusing question that cut through the noise and forced clarity. At the heart of the book is one powerful question. What's the one thing I can do such that by doing it everything else will be easier or unnecessary? This question becomes the lens through which all decisions are filtered. It's not about ignoring responsibilities. It's about identifying the domino that matters most. The authors argue that success is sequential, not simultaneous. You don't climb a mountain in one leap. You take the next most important step. The book dismantles several lies we casually accept as truths. One of the most damaging is that everything matters equally. In reality, some actions have disproportionate impact. Keller describes how a line of dominoes can be arranged so that each one knocks down another 50% larger. The first small push can eventually topple something enormous. Your job is not to push every domino. It is to find the first one. Another lie is multitasking. The authors argue bluntly that multitasking is simply task switching, and it destroys productivity. Each switch drains cognitive energy and reduces quality. If you want extraordinary results, you must give extraordinary focus. That means being fully present with one task at a time, especially the one that matters most. They also challenge the idea that discipline is the key to success. Discipline matters, but not in the way most people think. You don't need discipline for everything. You only need enough discipline to build the right habit. Once a habit is formed, it carries you. Success, then, is less about constant willpower and more about designing the right routines around your one thing. The book emphasizes that big success requires big thinking. Many people unconsciously limit their ambitions to what feels comfortable or realistic. Keller encourages readers to aim high because thinking small doesn't make the work easier, it only shrinks the outcome. When you identify your one thing, it should stretch you. It should be big enough that achieving it changes everything else. Goal setting is reframed in a surprisingly simple way. Instead of juggling multiple annual goals, you start with a someday goal, break it into a 5-year goal, then a 1-year goal, then a monthly goal, then a weekly goal, and finally a daily action. Each level asks the focusing question again. What must happen now to stay on track? This backward planning forces alignment between daily effort and long-term vision. Time blocking becomes the central execution tool. Keller insists that if something is truly your one thing, it deserves protected time on your calendar. Not leftover time. Not spare time. Prime time. You block hours dedicated solely to that task and defend them fiercely. Distractions are not minor inconveniences, they are threats to your future results. The authors address balance with a perspective that may feel uncomfortable. They argue that balance is not something you achieve in every moment. Instead, life requires counterbalancing. Sometimes work demands more attention. Sometimes family does. The key is being intentional rather than reactive. When you are working on your one thing, you give it your full focus. When you are with loved ones, you do the same. Fear and uncertainty are acknowledged as natural companions to big goals. Pursuing your one thing often means saying no to other opportunities, even good ones. That creates tension. But the book is clear that success requires sacrifice. You cannot keep every option open and expect extraordinary results. Clarity of priority always means exclusion. Energy management also plays a role. Keller emphasizes that productivity is not just about time, but about energy. Your most cognitively demanding work should be done when your energy is highest. That usually means earlier in the day. Protecting sleep, nutrition, and personal well-being becomes strategic, not indulgent, because your performance depends on it. Environment is another lever. Surroundings either support your focus or sabotage it. The book encourages designing physical and social environments that reinforce your one thing. This may mean setting boundaries with colleagues, limiting notifications, or even changing who you spend time with. Success leaves clues, and proximity to focused, driven people strengthens your own focus. There is also a strong emphasis on accountability. Whether through a coach, a partner, or self-imposed review systems, you must measure progress toward your one thing. Vague intentions lead to vague results. Clear tracking creates pressure in the right direction. It forces honesty about whether you are truly prioritizing what you claim matters most. Throughout the book, the message repeats in different forms: extraordinary results are built on extreme clarity. When you stop spreading yourself thin and instead pour your effort into the highest leverage activity, momentum builds. Progress compounds. Opportunities align. What once felt overwhelming becomes manageable because you are no longer chasing everything. The final takeaway is both simple and demanding. You do not need to overhaul your entire life at once. You need to identify the next most important action and commit to it fully. Ask the focusing question daily. Protect the time. Build the habit. Say no when necessary. Over time, that one focused action becomes the first domino in a chain reaction that transforms your results.